In this video, I traveled to New York City to visit some of the most unique aquarium stores I've ever seen. I saw illegal fish, rare shrimp, and even went to visit my billboard in Times Square. Now let's go back to the beginning. After doing some research, I bought my ticket, flew to New York, and found a few stores in Chinatown that looked really interesting. So that's where I headed. Alright, we just walked into the first store and it said no video or recording, and then the second we walked in, we tried to sneak some footage but got yelled at, and then eventually she just kind of kept staring at us too much where we couldn't really film anything. But they had some fish that I'm pretty sure are illegal to sell. I'm not too sure. I didn't film everything. And they had some fish I'd never seen before. And then like platinum red tail catfish, big red tail catfish, alligator gars, tons of flower horns, really cool bettas. They had a ton of cool stuff, but I couldn't film anything because the lady told me like 10 times don't film. So anyway, we're gonna go to the next one and hopefully we can film in there. Wish us luck because it's kind of sketchy. Alright, so we're at store number 2 now, and it looks really small inside. I'm going to try and sneak some videos, but these owners don't really like us filming, as I can kind of tell when I walk in. They give us like the side eye and usually tell us no phones. But anyway, we're going to see what we can find. So going into Aquastar now. Wish us luck. This store was pretty interesting. They had a decent selection of fish, and I never want to knock anyone for how they run their business, especially in Chinatown where space is expensive and every square foot counts. In a perfect world, the tanks would have more room and cleaner conditions, but I was honestly impressed with what they offered. They even had this cute dog wandering around the shop, which gave the place a lot of personality. They also had a random bin full of pest snails and 2 massive crayfish I didn't even notice until I was standing right over top of them. I could tell the orange one is a New Yorker because if you listen closely you can hear him say something.
Hey, I'm walking here.
After that interaction, I was a little shook up, so I walked over to the back of the store where they had 2 bins loaded with endlers and guppies. There was definitely more in there than I expected. They also had 1 flower horn, a blood parrot cichlid, and something that I think was another type of flower horn, but I'm not too sure. Let me know down in the comments. Last stop, their betta section. They actually had a solid variety, and some of the colors were crazy vibrant. I just always hate seeing them kept in those little cups. It's super common in stores, but I still wish they had some space to move around. It's one of those things in the hobby that I hope changes someday. After I snuck as many clips as I could, it was time to go to store number 3. Alright, next up on the list is Aquatics for Fun. We almost missed it. It's really hidden on the street because it's underground, but we're about to hop in, so stay tuned. This store was my favorite by far. When I walked in, I asked the owner, Andy, if I could film for a YouTube video, and he said to film as much as I wanted. Starting off on the back wall, they had a super nice betta display. It had running water and filtration, which is a breath of fresh air compared to how most bettas are kept in stores. The bettas Andy had were stunning. He had tons of kois, aliens, and everything in between. I seriously regret not having him ship me this one in particular. Drop a comment if you'd like me to get a sorority from Andy and make a video building the tank. Seeing this setup was neat because where I live, it's super rare to see fish like this in a store. My options are mostly limited to PetSmart and other chain stores unless I want to drive like an hour in either direction. And it's especially rare to see bettas looking this healthy, well fed, and active, so major props to Andy for this. It was a strong start to the tour, and honestly it made me curious about what the rest of the shop had in store. And trust me, it only got better from here. After spending way too long staring at bettas, I finally pulled myself away and headed over to the shrimp section. And that's where things got really interesting. If you watch my channel, you know that I love shrimp and they're in almost all of my aquarium builds, so I was so stoked to see the options Andy had available. Most of the shrimp he had were ones I'd never seen in real life. I'm lucky to find a store that has cherry shrimp where I'm from, so seeing all these rare caradinas was so exciting for me. After chatting with Andy a bit, he told me that shrimp were the reason he opened his store. He said that he started out selling and breeding shrimp online and decided that he wanted to try opening a store because of the success he had doing that. It was super cool to get to chat with someone who shared the same passion as me, because normally people just look at me like I'm crazy when I talk about anything shrimp or fish related. I was glad to see that his store seemed to be doing well because he was getting an online order together while we were chatting, and he explained how he ships everything out, which got me thinking about ordering from him. He told me if I wanted anything, it shouldn't be a problem, so I started to think about maybe buying something. Then I started asking him if he has any tanks at home, and he said no because his store opened just a month ago, so he brought everything here, and then he showed me this awesome bonsai tree driftwood he got that he plans to use in a show tank, which made me a little jealous because of how cool it was. After I was done bugging Andy, I went to check out the plants and his other fish. He had a nice selection of blue-eye rainbowfish, plecos, and my personal favorite, Cory catfish. For some reason, none of my aquarium builds have really included Cory cats, so I think that's going to be a priority on my next bigger tank. Let me know if you'd like to see that, and if so, what type of cories. Personally, I love these orange lasers because they're super vibrant with neon orange lines down their body and somewhat orange fins. Unfortunately, this is another fish I've never seen in Michigan. Next up were the guppies and other miscellaneous fish. This store's ability to fit such neat tanks in a small space really shocked me. Everywhere I looked, there was something unique. As I'm recording this, I realize it sounds like an advertisement for this store, but honestly it's just an awesome store that was exciting for me to see, and I want to show support to small businesses that help grow this hobby the right way. Andy started to share a little bit more about how the community has really come together to help him jumpstart his new shop by donating fish, shrimp, and lots of plants. This is one of the reasons I got into this hobby as well, because even though some people are too strict, the good outweighs the bad, and for the most part, everyone is willing to help and encourage. That's a big part of why I appreciate all of you guys for watching my videos and helping me learn as I go. Okay, sorry for the rant. After a few days, I popped back into Andy's shop and picked out a couple things for some of my upcoming videos. It was pretty cool because Andy let me handpick what I wanted and even threw in 2-day shipping. Let's just say that the next few videos are going to be pretty awesome. After that, I kept looking around a bit and checked out the dry goods section. It wasn't anything crazy, just the usual stuff you'd expect in a smaller shop. They did have this cool little house tank, which I think would be fun to make into a shrimp tank, but I don't have enough room in my carry-on, so I pressed on. Last but not least, Andy showed me some of his new decorations for outside the store, then I paid the man and got out of his hair.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us film and stuff.
Have a good you guys.
Alright, we just went into Aquatics for fun and met Andy. He was a super nice guy, but he's a little shy and didn't want to be in an interview at all because I think he's still setting up his website and everything. But we're going to come visit him again in a few days, and I think he's going to ship me some shrimp for my next build, so that'll be pretty cool. We kind of chatted with him for a while, and he was super kind and let us film whatever we wanted. So shout out to Andy, you should go visit him. And yeah, that was an awesome store. It really saved this video, and we got some filming done, so let's go. Next up, it was finally time to see the birthday gift that my girlfriend got for me. A billboard in Times Square for this YouTube channel. It was a surreal moment to see this little channel about aquariums in such a big place. Huge thanks to Grace for the awesome gift and for always supporting my dreams. Drop a comment to let her know how cool she is. The next stop on our tour was to ride in a fish-themed carousel because this is an aquarium channel after all. Surprisingly, it was pretty cool. And the very last stop was to catch a little of the Thanksgiving Day parade before heading home. Alright, real quick, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video and showing support on all my other videos. It's been really cool to grow this community, so even though it's just fish tanks, it feels silly, but to me it's really important, so I appreciate you guys. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff if you like the videos, and I'll try to respond to everyone in the comments, and I'll also drop Andy's store information, address, all that stuff down below. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching and have a great day. Thanks.